American Horror Story has two types of vampires. The first is a vampire that you think of in the traditional sense, somebody who consumes massive amounts of blood that was turned by another person who also had that same dietary requirement. But in American Horror Story, these are known as the afflicted. Basically, there is some virus out there that took hold of some human who ended up turning into a vampire and infecting everybody else with this affliction that creates the vampires that we know and love. This is very similar to the Nosferatu types or the Dracula types or any type that Van Helsing might slaughter, to include the ones from What We Do in the Shadows. Now, the second type of vampire American Horror Story has is a bit more unique. They're not necessarily vampires the way the traditional vampires are, like the afflicted. These are drug addicts. These are people who have consumed a pill called the Muse that was created by a chemist attempting to create crystal meth that went wrong. But whenever these people take this particular pill, it enhances whatever modicum of natural talent they already have. For example, in the show, we have a child prodigy. Well, she's not quite a child prodigy, but she's right about there. And this child is very good at the violin. She displays massive amounts of natural ability, massive amounts of natural talent. So when this particular child took this pill on accident, initially, it enhanced her ability such that she was at a prodigal level. She was playing things that experts who had years of experience couldn't master, and she did it all within a night. Now, obviously, because this pill has side effects, it forces the person taking the pill to consume massive amounts of blood in order to satiate the thirst. And the reason this happens is because this pill, the Muse, depletes the minerals in the blood and they have to replace it with more blood. And this creates a dependency on blood and the pill. Blood to maintain the effects of the pill and the pill to maintain the effects of the talent. And obviously, the more you take, the more you have to take, and you can create a dependency on that. And that is typically what happens. Now, there are technically 2.5 types of vampires. There's the afflicted, like I mentioned, which is the Lady Gaga type from Hotel. And then we have the Muse-driven vampires that we get in season 10 Red Tide. But there's a subset of that version that we get in season 10, and those are called the Pales, or the Flesh Phantoms. Now, these Flesh Phantoms are the exact opposite of their Muse-oriented counterparts with all the talent. These are the people who happen to get their hands on these pills thinking that they might actually be talented, only to find out that they are not. And this is the unfortunate consequence of taking the drug, because not everybody who takes the drug is going to end up being the best at whatever skill they have. Some of the people who take the pill are genuinely talentless people. And as a result, when they take this pill, there is nothing for the pill to enhance, but it's still actively depleting all of the minerals inside of their body. And the adverse side effects for those individuals with no talent is they become a thin, bald man in the woods. They lose their ability to communicate. They lose all of their hair. They become social pariahs, all in the pursuit of talent and enhancing any natural abilities that they thought they have. And this is a very sad way to find out that you really are not good at anything, or you really have no natural ability at whatever chosen skill that you're participating in. Now, that is really the short and skinny version of the 3 vampire types, really just 2.5. Let me know your questions in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video.